When a person learns that they have cancer, it's overwhelming. Their life changes. I volunteer because of cancer in my own family. My brother had cancer, and I just want to give back what I saw done for members in my own family. SOMC Cancer Center has some advantages that I think you won't find other places. It's all here under one roof. The patients come in and out with smiles on their face. It's being done right here in our own little town of Portsmouth.
The SOMC Cancer Center. Very good things are happening here.
Purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is to authorize Southern Ohio Medical Center to operate as a medical facility located in an M1 zone district.
Good day. My name is Ben Gill. I'm the Vice President of Support Services at Southern Ohio Medical Center. Justin Clark is to my right. Justin is the Administrative Director over plant operations, and he'll direct our resources as far as the construction of the building goes. Mary Kate Bill Skaggs is to Justin's right. Mary Kate is the Administrative Director of Nursing for Emergency and Outpatient Services, and so she'll direct the resources of the staff that work in this area once we get from them. And Ellis Walters will be the nurse manager that will be here on a day-to-day basis. So we've all come. So first, I know council's time is valuable, so we thank you for taking the time to have us here today. We're just really excited to get started. We really are. We've served folks in Waverly and Pike County for just a number of years. They've come down to Portsmouth, and this is just a way for us to invest in this community and to really, this is a long-term deal for us. This isn't something that we intend to get away from. So we are excited by the chance to be a productive and active member of this community. So thank you for that. You asked specifically what we intend to do. We will be an urgent care facility, primarily, and we will also bring rotating specialist physicians from a variety of different specialties up here. So folks in the neighborhood, if for instance, we may have a cardiologist come up every other Wednesday, and so we could schedule appointments for folks to establish with those physicians. So there'll be specialty physicians that will rotate through, and there'll also be an urgent care facility that will be open
approximately 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we'll provide outpatient lab and x-ray facilities.
Absolutely. And we can, we're happy to get down in the weeds if you all want to, and we'll be happy to stick around after if you have more specific questions, or answer any questions you have at this time.
Thank you very much.
We expect, once we're up and running, after the construction, 20 to 30, I think, is a fair number to say.
And will you take those from Pike County, or will you?
Our hope is for both. For instance, in the construction portion, we certainly want to open this up to local contractors for the bidding process and take a very hard look at that, because we want to be, like I said, we want to be good neighbors. We want to, the folks that we employ to be from this area. So as far as long-term, ideally, the folks that work in this location will be from this community. Can't say 100%, but that's obviously what we're looking for.
We did receive the official proclamation from the state on our census count, and it was 4408. We still don't know how or if it will affect the way that we do business, but we're trying to find out all of those things. And Robin and I will be in a meeting in May in Athens with the governor's office and the Census Bureau that will give us the information that we need to get that. Now, in the meantime, we'll still be making phone calls and trying to get on top of things. We've been in touch with the school administrators to find out how they feel that it was going to affect them, and they felt that with the information that they were gleaning, that probably it would not affect them at all, which is contrary to what we were told. And they felt that again, with their information, that we would be the one that would be more greatly affected. So we will get the answers to all of those problems and keep everybody informed, and we'll go from there. We also had an issue with a sewer backup in a residence on Bridge Street recently, and through no fault of the property owner, his basement drain is tied into the sanitary sewer line, which is not kosher. You know, and we need to have that plugged, and I think it is at this present time. And we will work with the property owner to resolve the issue. He's getting me a list of things that he felt was damaged, that he feels that we're responsible for, and we'll work through that. But ultimately, I'm going to let council make the final decision on that. Also, on the 5th, there was a town hall meeting with Fluor, the contractor, the prime D&D contractor from the A plant, and we spoke with them at length about hiring local people and making sure that any new added people would come from the area here, because you know our people have so much to offer. And again, if you've seen the unemployment rates, I think we're second now again in the state, and so you know that's employment is a concern. And then just last Thursday I met with Babcock Wilcox also, which is the contractor with the UF6 project at the A plant. Both groups were very cordial, stating that they wanted to be involved in helping the city governments any way that they could, and trying to help with community development and being involved, and so you know that's kind of an encouragement with the two new companies in town here. The last issue, I've been talking with Sally Niger again about the records retention. You know, we're not moving real aggressively on this because once again, you know, I need to find out exactly what we have to do to be in compliant with the state, and I don't want to form a records retention committee and then find out that we're out of compliant with the state. You know, as it is right now, we know we're out of compliant, but if we form the committee, we're going to be held to more stringent guidelines. And so Sally was the individual from our community that went with Travis a couple years back when we first started this. And since Travis kind of headed that group and he's no longer employed here, you know, Sally was the natural person that we should seek out, and she's been very helpful. She'll be a quality person to help us with that when we structure that. So.
Now, a couple of things at the last meeting. A question was raised regarding how frequently the hydrants are flushed and checked. And I talked with Larry Chitwood, the distribution and collection superintendent. He indicated that the hydrants are checked annually, or they're flushed annually. They do it twice a year, but they do every other hydrant semi-annually, so that each hydrant is flushed on an annual basis. The only other thing that I have, we do have a request from the chief of police to add a part-time dispatcher. He had a part-time dispatcher resign over the weekend, and another dispatcher who has been employed for 30 years is going to retire and is going to take some sick leave coming up in the next week or two. So he desperately needs to replace the part-time dispatcher and begin the training process. So he is recommending Kelly Justice, and I move that she be approved for employment as a dispatcher.
We have $506,825.08. This is for the cash balance of the general fund. The bills for this month is $10,459.73 for a balance of $496,365.35.
The purpose of this resolution is to authorize the mayor and the auditor of the city of Waverly to enter into agreement with the First Energy Solutions Corporation to supply the citizens of the city of Waverly with electricity pursuant to attached customer supply agreement.
For a long time, we did not, as consumers, have the opportunity to shop for the best available pricing for electricity. Natural gas has been available for a long time to do that very thing. In 2003, Senate Bill 221 was passed to allow for for competition between electricity suppliers for each other's territories. This savings is guaranteed based on AEP's rates not going down. And here's the only way we can lose on this proposition is if AEP, instead of increases their rates, if they bring their rates down instead. And they bring them down so far that it's actually below the price that we've garnered for all of these meters. Okay? When's the last time that happened? When's the last time that AEP's rates went down? It was about 42 years ago. So it's not likely.
There about the first part of the year down there, went after they done the blacktopping down there. I noticed down there on by Pike Sanitation and there by Boyers that was all coming out there. I stopped in and talked to Robin about it, and she said the blacktopping was supposed to be under warranty for a year by the contractor. And I noticed the other day that we had, I guess our guys had patched it, and I just wonder if that is going to be repaired by the contractor, since it didn't last but very few months after it was done.
Dean's been working with the contractor on that. The problem is the base that's there, and so I'm not. I have no idea what they have said to each other or what conclusions they've arrived at. But Dean's been working on that for some time, so it will be taken care of.
There'll be some exploratory excavations and additional cleaning required with a base alternate to, if it is discovered that it is a steel casing pipe that's in good condition, then we'll be able to continue with the slip lining on each side of it and leave that section in place, making sure that it's smooth and free of any kind of obstructions. If that's not the case, then it may be a situation where a pipe bursting technique is employed, or possibly just abandon what's there and put in a new casing under the railroad. So really all three of those options will have to be spelled out, and until the actual construction begins, we really won't be certain as to what's there.
Solutions that are emotional and toward that we make him whole for any damages or anything that he has at his property. And I'll contend with that.
Of course, I think we need to look at it and find out what's there. I mean,
well, the motion will always be there. I mean,
okay, you made the motion.
I know I sure wouldn't want it in my basement.
Do you have a second? Motion fails.
Mr. Reel and I here have been working with another company on energy sources for at least 6 months, and we never really got anything pinned down to where we could say that's where we can go. First Energy came in, and Shay was very open with us and gave us a very good report on everything there was. And his savings was about, I'd say, almost 50% higher than the other outfit had give us in 6 months. So at this point, that's the reason I felt that we need to present it and accept it and get on with it. And with that, I just need a motion to pay the bills.
Announcements, the next city council meeting will be Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2011 at 7 o'clock. We have a motion to adjourn. Have a second? Everybody wants to stay?
Okay, second.
Thank you.
Also, we're gonna have something after